So you've probably been hearing about this Clubhouse app left and right, and you might be feeling like you're out of the club right now. In this video, I'm going to share exactly what is this Clubhouse app and how you can start to leverage it for your recruiting business. And for the best online marketing and lead generation advice specific to the recruiting industry, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get access to my new videos every single Wednesday. And also hit that bell in the corner so you're notified about it. So what is this Clubhouse app? So Clubhouse is an invitation only audio social media platform. And there's really nothing out there that's like it. And the best way I would describe it is it's kind of like an interactive podcast. And I'm going to walk you through, I'm actually going to pull this app up here in a minute and walk you through how it works. But it's a really incredible platform. A lot of people are getting on there from B2B. And right now it's an invite only mode. And the reason it's invite only is because they don't have the infrastructure for the potential growth. And you can see that the people that get these invites, they're going through quick. People are hopping onto this platform every single day. Currently, it's only available to iOS, Apple users, but obviously I'm sure that's going to change in the future. So even if you don't have an invite yet, my first action for you would be go download the app and actually create an account. Two reasons. One, because you want to grab that username while it's still early on. You can get your custom username. Even if you don't have the invite, you can at least set up the account. Two, other people can actually then see that you're on there, and you might be able to get an invite just from signing up. It will notify people in your network that you've joined the platform and that you need an invite. So that's one thing that you can do. Okay. So ultimately what happens in this is you have the ability to, again, network through audio. You can do that through a group of people, or you can actually do this one-on-one with people. So what I'm about to do now is I'm just going to actually pull up this app on my phone and walk you through everything it has to offer. All right. So we've got the Clubhouse here, the Clubhouse app up here. And, the first thing that I want to point out is just this home screen. So as you can see here on the home screen, what you are looking at are actually different rooms. And you can see, based off of and they'll populate these rooms based off of a couple of things that you do in the beginning. One thing they'll do is they'll populate it based off of your followers and what they're doing. And also you have the ability to kind of select your interests and things like that. So they usually pull up a room based off of your followers and what they think would be interesting to you. And so you'll usually have this on your home feed, a couple of different rooms to choose from. And then you can also explore, right? And these rooms are going on all day long. All right. And so there, you can see there's just all different types of rooms out there that you can join. So, first step would be as you get on there, is just start hopping in and joining these rooms. And I'll do that here in a minute as an example. But you can see up top, they have rooms that they think would be a little bit more, ideal for me, and what those the promotion of those rooms, you can see 12, 1, and 4 different times there's new rooms that they think I might be interested in, right? Just like any other social media app, through time, as they get to know you and they get to know your user experience, they can dial in more results for you. Okay. Now, in addition to the rooms, like we've got this bell up here in the corner, and that bell is just like any other social media. It's basically just showing you what your notifications are. Okay. I can also slide this over to the right, and I can see who's on the app right now, and I can send them a message or start a room with these individuals. Okay. The other thing is if you look at the little calendar part right here, when I click on the calendar, this is for me to be able to load, see what other rooms are up and coming. So what's happening based off of other people in my network and my interest, what's coming up, that I can, basically plan for if I wanted to join one of those rooms. Now, the big opportunity here is actually to start creating your own rooms. Okay. If you're really looking to leverage this for your recruiting business, you would want to start creating your own rooms. And so up in this corner, again, I've got this little icon. I'm going to click that plus button, and I can host a room. Okay. Just like anything else, you need to have a good, compelling title, and you want that title to really hit home with your core target market. So just kind of a little bit off topic, this would be a great place for you to start sharing your expertise for job seekers that are out there in your core target market, and building your brand that way. There's opportunities for you to start sharing with, potential hiring decision makers within your market, how they can find and attract talent better. Okay. But you can host rooms just to kind of educate the market on what's going on out there. Okay. And the other thing, the little, looks like a little mail icon here. That's actually where you can invite people. Okay. And so everybody that you're going to invite is actually going to be a connection with your actual uh, iPhone. It's going to be somebody that's in your actual iPhone to send a connection. So one thing I've learned is I need to add people that need invites. I need to add their phone number to my account in order to be able to send the invite. And that's basically, I'm shooting this video on February 2nd, 2021. So obviously this will change based off of when you're actually watching this. The other thing that I think is really cool about this, even though you don't have right now, you may not have the ability to get in the platform, is you can start building out your profile and things like that. And just like if you've been through any of my other trainings, you have a huge opportunity to kind of, build this as kind of almost like a sales page, right? Letting people know what you do, why you're on Clubhouse, and share some of your resources. Now, you always are, keep in mind as you're inviting somebody is you can see that the person who nominated me is Lauren A. So if I were a poor user, Lauren A would get part of that reputation that to come with that. So you want to make sure that you're inviting people that you trust at this point, since it's an invite only and they can track it back to you. Not a huge thing, but just something to pay attention to. In the bottom, you can see the member of the clubs that I'm a part of. At this point in time, I don't really even know how to start a club. I would think you probably have to have more followers, would be my guess, in order to have the pull to be able to start a club. But I think long term, that's going to be something that you're going to want to look into, is starting a club. But in the beginning, you can join clubs. And one of the things you can do is start to kind of look at your prospective audience and start searching people that, are your followers, and starting to join the clubs that they're a part of, right? As we're looking at ways we can leverage this, we can start to look to ways, well, where's my audience hanging out? Let me go hang out there, a little bit more actively. Okay. Now, the other thing that we have going on is actually pulling up a room. Now, I'm going to pull up a room for a second so you can see it. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the audio here. So bear with me as we do this. But a lot of the times what we need to do in these situations is when you pull up these rooms, you can actually pull different people up to speak if you're hosting, or you can raise your hand to kind of get on the platform. So let me pull up a big room here so I don't have, there's no way that they're going to actually accidentally pull me up on stage. Bear with me as I see what happens. Cool. So you can see up at the top, and that's why this is muted right now. This is perfect. You cannot share these recordings with anybody. Everything that's on here is designed to stay on here. So it's not even going to actually share the audio, but that's good. So what you're seeing up here is this is actually the moderators of this room. And currently right now, if I can find it, let's see who's actually talking. I don't see anybody with their little round thing on them, but usually there's a little round icon around the person that's actually speaking. And then you have these other people here that are just people that are actually listening in the actual room. And you can raise your hand. If you look at this little icon in the corner, I can raise my hand and try to get up on that panel. Now, obviously, that's very hard to do with these massive rooms. You're going to have a big time uphill battle. But basically what you're seeing is there's, who's connected to the actual speakers and who are the other people that have just joined in this room. So one of the things I've done is, like, when I find relevant topics, I'll go around and look at my audience and start following people and connecting with people based off of those topics there. But, ultimately, one of the things that I've found by doing this is that I can actually go through here. And what I've found to be really impactful is actually going to smaller rooms. Like a room like this size, you're going to have much better interaction, as you can imagine, say, than a room with 281 people, 77 people, or 101.3, right? So sometimes there's value in you. If there's an educational topic that you want to join in on, that's awesome, just from a listening standpoint. But for me, I'm a big believer, I'd rather be the one that's producing this content than the one consuming it. And so, again, the smaller the room, the better chance I have to be able to get on stage, actually do some of that collaboration with the voice and things like that. Now, what I've seen already from doing something like this is just making sure that we are connecting with people just like we would on any other social media platform. And I've started a couple of rooms. I've had very minimal engagement from those rooms in terms of people showing up. But what's happened from those rooms has actually been insane. I've picked up sales calls from this. I've built relationships with people that are now interacting more with my content. I mean, it's just amazing that the connection that's out there. So, when you're looking at this for your recruiting business, I think this is an absolute must to explore. I think the balance is not being one of those people that's in these rooms all day long, but finding a way to where you can start your own room, build your own topic, follow your audience, and start to see, what topics are important to them. And that's another really good idea, is if you start to find these clubs that your audience is hanging out in, well, you're going to start to be able to figure out content topics for your own business, and for your own rooms, right? Certainly not anything we want to copy, but having a good plan of inspiration is going to be key for you there. So that's the overview of the Clubhouse app, and how you can leverage that for your recruiting business. So like I said, next steps for you are going to be sign up for the app, start creating your profile, start joining rooms, start interacting with people. Don't overthink this whole app. It's just a phenomenal way to connect with your market.